Hello and welcome back to Today in the NBA, where we are going to be going over some free agents that are still left on the market. Now obviously I'm not going to be going over every free agent as that's just too many players. I'm going to start off with Christian Wood, who's a free agent big still left on the market. He's a good shooter and could definitely play the role as a stretch 4 or a stretch 5 on a championship level team. My favourite team for him to go to is probably the Lakers, being a good Mo Bamba replacement. Although he can't really play defense as a shot blocker, you've got Anthony Davis for that. Next up we have Grant Williams, who's a good 3-and-D wing, and I definitely think he could be a very valuable piece on a championship team. Or even a young team like the team that I like him going to, the Utah Jazz or maybe the Indiana Pacers. Just a good 3/4, maybe even the 2 in a bigger lineup, who could help space the floor for the star players and play defense and lock up on defense. Next up we have PJ Washington, who's a free agent power forward. He could maybe play the center in a bigger lineup. He's a good shooter, good defender. Again, like many of the players on this list, he could definitely be a good 3-and-D role player on a championship team. Or a young team. He is a younger player. He is in restricted free agency, however, and even though the Charlotte Hornets have decided to bring back Miles Bridges, I still do think that they're going to be re-signing PJ Washington. Speaking of the Charlotte Hornets, we have another one of their free agents. However, this one's not restricted. Kelly Oubre is an unrestricted free agent. He's a great scorer that can play the 2 or the 3. He's an athletic player, not a great defender, but he's definitely capable on that end. I could see him again as a good role player on a championship level team, maybe a 6th or 7th man who could come off the bench as a spark plug and score. I could see him on pretty much any team in the league that needs a player like this. Next we have Matisse Thybulle, who's a defensive specialist. He's not a great offensive player, but he is probably one of the best defenders in the league, managing to make All-NBA defensive second team last year. I could see him going to a team that really struggles with defense, maybe like the Sacramento Kings or the Denver Nuggets. He could definitely impact winning on a good level, especially if he's playing with a center like Domantas Sabonis or Nikola Jokic. Both great passing bigs that can get set up in the center of the court, throw Matisse a nice backdoor pass, a lob, or even find him for an open corner 3. Next up we have 2 Lakers free agents, Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba. Malik Beasley is a shooting guard, great shooter, solid defender, probably could be an end of the bench player on a good team. I can see him going to pretty much any team that needs spacing. My favourite though is probably the Miami Heat. Mo Bamba is a great centre, could call him a 3-and-D centre. He's like Miles Turner but a fair bit worse. Again, I could see him going to a team that needs shooting, maybe as a backup big. Again, probably Miami would be my favourite landing spot for him. And finally we have Torrey Craig, who's a good player. He can play anywhere from the 2 to the 4. He's a good defender. He does struggle shooting a little bit, but he can get hot, as we saw in the playoffs for Phoenix last year. Again, I could see him going to any team that needs help and good players on the wings. Probably Utah or Indiana would be my favourite landing spots for him. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry it's a bit of a short video. I know there's not a lot to talk about at the moment in between Summer League days, but don't worry, from tomorrow onwards I'll be covering every single day of Summer League. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.